What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today, as I've bought a lot of stocks over the last few days, I'm going to give an update on my top 5 holdings in terms of monetary value on Trading 212. But just before we get into all of that, as always, if you're new around here, much appreciated if you consider subscribing to the channel, as we're just 25 subs away from our next mini goal of 700. And with all that being said, let's dive right on over to Trading 212. So just a quick overview first. We hold 30 stocks overall, all blue chip diversified stocks that I hold in my portfolio. We currently have €6,674 invested. For my American viewers, that's about $8,068. And for my UK viewers, that's just under 5,900 GBP. So the markets have been quite volatile over the last few days. So again, they've went up about 4 to 5% minimum up and down swings over the last 3 to 4 business days. So for that reason, I've tried to spread out my risk as much as I can. So as I said, I hold 30 stocks, which are all blue chip diversified across all different sectors. So hopefully that will counteract this. Again, I just want to kind of bring up two issues that I've heard of over the last few days. Firstly, is that the order execution is lagging a lot. Now when I say lagging, it's taking about 4 to 6 minutes to execute an order on my Trading 212. For example, I put on a further 250 a while ago, and it was quite frustrating, the lag, because it said on screen that it was still in progress, but then when you go up to the history tab, it was saying that it was already filled. So it was very kind of frustrating just to have that, because usually it would take 15 to 20 seconds to execute the order. And the second thing I want to bring up as well is that a lot of people have mentioned in the comment section in my videos is that they are unable to sign up to Trading 212. Now that is mainly due to the reasons of such examples of GameStop over the last few days, where the brokers such as Trading 212 have stopped people from buying any more shares of this. However, I don't understand why that would have any impact on someone opening a brand new account. You can only open a practice account at the moment. So again, I say there's going to be a lot more to come on that over the next few days. So again, as I have 30 different stocks, I don't have a whole lot in any individual stock as such. In fifth position, we have Google Class A, or Alphabet Class A should I say. We currently have €315 invested. That equates to about 380 USD. And you can see on screen that we are currently up 25.65% or €64 profit. I do feel, however, that Alphabet Class A could be higher up my list in terms of overall monetary value. However, one of the main premises I use on this channel is the dollar cost average, and as you can see over the last year or so on the graph on screen, it hasn't been much opportunity to buy on the dip, and we are currently up 25.7%. So if this company ever drops in value, I'll certainly be loading up a lot more in this, as we only have about 1/5 of a share overall at the moment. In fourth position, we have Johnson & Johnson, which currently is about 465 USD or €384. We currently have 2.8 shares and are up 11% overall, or €38.37 profit. So unlike Alphabet Class A, Johnson & Johnson has definitely given me many chances to dollar cost average. It has been quite volatile for a blue chip healthcare stock in my own opinion over the last few months. However, this stock has swung down as far as 7 or 8% in the red, and is currently up about 11% at the moment, so that's the highest it has been in my portfolio. However, I do hold Johnson & Johnson mainly for the purpose of diversification, and unlike Alphabet Class A, I feel Alphabet Class A has a lot more potential in terms of upward growth, again obviously because it's in the tech sector, but Johnson & Johnson is definitely a strong hold in anyone's portfolio, so I'm kind of happy to have that in fourth position. But again, if Alphabet Class A ever dropped in value, I'd certainly pick up a lot more shares there faster than I would in Johnson & Johnson. Third position is a company that I really like and I'd buy and hold forever, and that is Coca-Cola. We currently have 611 USD or €509. We have about 12.6 shares currently, and it's currently in the red, down 0.5 of a percent. However, this has gone down to as much as 4 or 5% in the red over the last few weeks. And strangely enough, I actually like to see companies like Coca-Cola and the other two companies after this that I'm going to mention. Anytime they go into the red, I find that they'll always bounce back. So it's like buying the shares at a discount. So I'm quite happy to always see companies like Coca-Cola go into the red. Now, Coca-Cola, unlike some of the other stocks in my overall portfolio, will never make you a millionaire as such, in my own opinion, but it's definitely a steady, well-diversified stock to hold in anyone's portfolio, just like the likes of Johnson & Johnson that we've already mentioned. Both of those companies, again, you won't be making a lot of money, to be honest. Like, you won't be making 50 to 60% a year. However, you'll always make a steady growth, and anytime these kind of companies, especially if you're a long-term investor, if they go into the red, it's just buy, 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 because you're going to make more money in the long term anytime this goes into the red, because your overall dollar cost average will improve. My second largest holding currently is 703 USD, and that is in the form of McDonald's. We currently have just under 3.4 shares in this company, and we are down 2% overall. Again, just like Coca-Cola, this doesn't bother me one bit. In fact, I actually like seeing companies like this go into the red. They have continually been in the red over the last few days or so, and each time I've dollar cost averaged. As I said, we have about 580 euro currently, but I've also put in about 250 euro of this over the last few days, again to help improve my dollar cost average. Now, McDonald's is definitely one of my favorite companies to hold, because I believe it's a lot more diversified than people think. For example, it's not just a fast food outlet. In my opinion as well, it's more of a real estate company, because they have their franchise dotted around the world. I think it was last week where I made a collab video with Dandy Finance where we discussed some of the top fast food outlets, and McDonald's won hands down in my own opinion. And again, just like Coca-Cola and any other of these top 5 companies, in my own personal opinion, they're stocks that I'd buy and hold forever. And in first position with 738 USD currently is my largest holding in the form of Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. Now, in yesterday's video I discussed my top 5 ETFs on Trading212, and this was one of them. We currently have 10.3 shares. We're up 10.5% or 57 euro. Now, at the moment, the Vanguard SP 500 ETF currently makes up about 10% of my overall portfolio, and I might actually start to drop that once the markets kind of go back to normal. I might drop it back to about 5 to 6% of my overall capital, as I feel if that's the case, if I don't want to try to beat the SP 500, you might as well just put all of your capital into the SP 500 and get about 10% returns annually. So once the markets do kind of settle down a little bit, I do want to kind of become a bit less risky, or a bit more risky should I say, sorry, and actually buy more individual stocks. But definitely in everyone's portfolio, I think you should have some element of the SP 500 in your overall portfolio, albeit 1 to 5%. But I think 10% is definitely the max I want to have in my overall portfolio for this ETF. So on screen you can see an overview of the 5 top holdings in my Trading212 portfolio, comprised of 30 stocks. In 5th position was Google with 315 euro or $381. Johnson & Johnson in 4th position with $463. Coca-Cola made up the 3rd spot with just over 610 USD. With 703 USD was McDonald's, and in top position in my portfolio is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF with 610 euro invested or $738. So there you have it, guys. That was just a brief overview of my top 5 positions on Trading212. My overall account again is worth about 6,670 euro, so we're nearly 6.7% towards my overall goal of having 100,000 euro invested into the stock market. If you found this video anyway helpful or entertaining, it'd be brilliant if you consider subscribing to the channel if you're new around here, as we're only 25 subs away from our next goal of 700. And it would really help me as well if you would consider liking the video if you found any use out of it. And more importantly, if you have any questions, queries or suggestions, please don't hesitate to comment below, and I'll be sure to get back to you as quick as I can. Thanks very much, guys, have a good evening, and I will see y'all in tomorrow's video.